Hi and welcome to John Zulu Trading. What we're looking at here is obviously the home page to Zulu Trade. Now there's a few things we're going to go through today and I'm going to guide you through those, and that's going to be opening up a demo account. The other thing I want to quickly look at is on the main page here that a lot of people will be interested in, and it's one of the top strategies that we will cover in more detail at a later stage. But for now, let's have a quick brief look at it. Now what it is, it's following the top 5 traders on the performance table, and we'll go through that later. But if you were to follow the top 5 traders on Zulu Trade, for the last 12 months, you can see the performance and the performance charts here. Now, if you had $10 per pip following the top 5 traders in the last 12 months, you would have finished with over $356,000. Now, that's incredible. Again, we'll go through that strategy later, but for now, what we're going to do is open up a demo, and we're going to do one of the easiest strategies on here that does produce a lot of profits. So what we'll do is we'll go to register, and here you can see it takes us to the next page. For now, we'll leave a live account and we'll click on demo. So let's go ahead and click on demo now. This takes you to the part where you can log in with your Facebook account if you want to, with the blue tab there. So go ahead and click on that if you have Facebook and you want to log in doing that. Otherwise, put in your email address as it is with your first name, last name, country and phone number. Now, the base currency is something you choose. If you're based in Australia, you don't have Australian dollars, you can choose USD. Leverage is 5 to 100, which most brokers have anyway. Balance is going to be your practice funds. So this isn't real funds, this is practice money that you can keep realistic as possible if you want the benefits of that. If you're going to fund with a live account with under 3,000, then click on 3,000. Keep it as realistic as possible. Otherwise, 10 grand is the one I've chosen. Put in the verify image and click create my demo account. This will take you to the next page. You can see there I've already been assigned a username from Zulu Trade. Now what we're looking for is an email from Zulu with our activation code. So what we're going to do is we're going to check our emails, we're going to copy and we're going to paste the activation code into this field. So let's have a look at your emails now. Now this is what I received from Zulu Trade. I can see my activation codes there, so I'm going to copy that now. And also I'm going to have a look at my credentials. So they've sent me my username and my password. So now let's go back to the other page where we can now paste that activation code in and click on activate my account. This takes us to our actual main page. Now we've logged in, we've got an account, it shows a few things. The risk meter bar is something we'll go through later. But for now, what I want you to do is say thank you, I do not need the wizard, because I'm actually going to guide you through. Now here you can see this is your main profile. Remember, I chose $10,000 in my account. We're going to do a few things. The first thing I want you to do is go to mode, and I want you to go from simple to advanced. Now this opens up a few options. Once we've done that, I'll explain. But what we're going to do for starts is we're going to go to traders. So here we are in the performance table. Now it's important for you to know that the top ranked traders are always here in the performance table. Whenever you want to follow a trader, this is where you come. If you want to deselect a trader, this is where you come. So essentially what you're doing is you're managing a portfolio of traders for you based on your strategy, and we'll go into strategies later. But today we're going to cover a very basic strategy that works very well. Obviously we have more strategies and we can go into more detail in other videos. But for now, what we're going to look at is some of the top 5 traders. Here you can see number 1 is Phoenix 7. Number 2 is New Wave. Now what I want you to do is make sure that up here the mode is set to advanced, because it means you can see more of these details. And when it comes to details, the more you have, the better it is, because not only is it return on investment, it's return on information. So we're going to look at a few things. Now you can see that the chart performance is here. For example, New Wave, he's made over 8,300 pips in the last 17 weeks. He's on average in a trade for 13 hours. His success rate is 81%. His return on investment is over 1,800%. He's made 790 trades in those 17 weeks. And he makes on average 10 pips per trade. Now, the other important figure here is that there's over $9 million worth of live money following this trader, which means there's people out there like you and I who have allocated money towards him that totals over $9 million. So he's trading with a lot of our money, but doing very well. He has 5,585 people following him. So let's actually have a look at this guy in a little bit more detail. So let's click on his name, and that will open up his profile. So here we are. We've clicked on New Wave, and it's brought us to his profile. And here you can see a bit more information on him. So we're going to cover a few of the most important things. Now, the top one here is the strategy description. Now, keep in mind that these guys are professional traders. They're not going to give away everything because it's not in their best interest to, but they will give away their basic and general knowledge of how they trade. So you can read a bit about that there. If they're not based or they're not English speaking, there is a translate button over here. Now you can see that this guy is, because he's from America. Whatever the flag is there is basically where these traders are located around the globe. Now we're going to look at a few things, and the first thing is going to be that their performance chart here is going in the right direction. Obviously that's an important thing for you guys to follow. And you can see here that this guy is very, very consistent over the period he's been trading. Now, we're going to look over here at the amount following, and we covered this before, but you can see there it's almost $9 million worth of live money following this trader. He's made 8,291 pips in 17 weeks. Now, let's put that in perspective. What that basically means is that if you were following this trader with $1 per pip, you would have made $8,291. Now, it's also important to know how much money you need to follow this trader. So we're going to cover that in 2 seconds. Firstly, we're going to look at a few other things. You can see the followers, the return on investment. A lot of these things we've already covered, but it's important for you to know what they mean. Obviously, the average trade time there is 13 hours. Maximum drawdown is only 10%, which is fantastic. Basically, what that means is if you had $1,000 towards this trader trading on your behalf, he would have only at some stage been down in open positions 10%, which is about $100. So that will give you an idea of how safe this trader is. Now, his maximum open trades at any one time so far has been 6. There is his worst trade. That's his best trade. Has he got live followers? Yes, he does. And this is a real important thing here. His necessary minimum equity is $221. Basically, what that means is that you need $221 in your account to follow this trader at 10 cents per pip. Now, what that means is that if you had 10 cents per pip on this trader, then you would need $221. In the last 17 weeks, you would have made $829. So your return on investment was over 400% based on the fact that you started with $221. So you can see there what kind of returns he's had. Now, the other really good thing you can check out is that you can see how much profit other people have made off this trader. So here you can see that this guy here has actually made $42,000 off this particular trader. This guy, you can see, has made over $13,000 off this trader. So it's always good to see what other followers are doing and how much profits they've made as well. Now, what you can do is you can always jump down as well and see their trading history. So this is while you've got a demo account. You might not even be signed up to him, but you might want to have a look at a few things, and one of them is the trading history. It's always important to know how well this guy's been performing. You can see that here. There's a lot of green, which is always a good sign. There's 2 losses there. Now, if you have a look at this, 10 pips, 10 pips, 6.6, 8.6. He trades well. It looks like he might be kind of in and out. He's looking for about 10 pips on average. You can see some of the pips are a bit higher at 22.6, but then he's had 2 losses and obviously more wins in a row. So he's doing very well. Now, the other thing to check out is the open positions. Here you can see if he has any open positions. He does have one at minus 88 pips. The other function here is you can see all the live followers and how well they're doing from this particular trader. So here, as we've already covered, this person's up $42,000 from this particular trader. Now, the other thing you can look at is the performance. It's good to get an idea of how this guy goes on a monthly basis. Here you'll see that in January 2013, he had a pretty slow month of only 244 pips. However, in February, he had a very good month with over 2,100 pips in that month. Again, March, over 1,500 pips. So this will give you a really good idea of how this guy performs on a monthly basis. So now let's get actually stuck into one of these strategies. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the main page there by clicking on main account. And here we are. So let's get stuck into the strategy, which will be following the top trader at all times. So to give you an idea, when we follow the top trader at all times, we have to check this on a daily basis. When someone falls outside of the top, being the top trader, we need to replace them with the person who therefore takes over. The idea behind this strategy is that you're always following the top trader at their prime. So basically, their strategy is working very well in the current market conditions, and that's what we want to do. We want to focus on someone who's hot to go and is trading very well. So the first thing we're going to do is I want you to click on settings. And here we're going to change the lot size to standard. Make sure it's on standard. If it's not, you can change it here. So go to standard and click on Save Account Settings. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the traders and we're going to follow the top guy. Now, remember there's a certain amount of equity you need in your account to follow these traders. So let's have a quick look and just get an idea how much it would cost to follow this guy with real money, and then we can obviously move forward from there, but it's always good to know. So here you can see necessary minimum equity to follow this guy is $199 in your account to follow him. Now that's based on 10 cents per pip. Now remember here we've already seen the pips he's made in the last 52 weeks. So he's made over almost, let's say, 6,500 pips. Now at $1 per pip, that would have been a profit of $6,500. But keep in mind that for $1 per pip, you would have need close to $2,000 in your account. Now, at 10 cents per pip, you'd need close to $200 in your account, and that would have made $646. So you've made quite a lot of returns there in 52 weeks, and a lot more than your 5% in the bank. So we're going to follow this trader. Now, what I want you to do is click on follow. It's going to give you an option if you want to confirm that you'd like to follow Phoenix 7 using auto allocation mode. So click on follow. Now what we'll notice is that he will now be in our account. So let's go back to the orange tab. Let's click on the main button there. So we go back to our main page, and there you can see he's now in our portfolio. So Phoenix 7 is now a part of our portfolio. When he starts to trade, his performance will go in this box here. If you ever want to see performances, you can do it by day, 7 days, 1 month, 3 months, etc. And now he's in our portfolio. That's all we want from him. Now, what we're doing is we're going to be trading this guy at 0.25 lots, which basically means $2.50 per pip. Now, for 10 cents per pip, it'll be quoted as 0.01. Now that's for you with a live account, but obviously there's more videos on that anyway. So what I want you to do is go over to traders, and this is how you're going to manage this portfolio. Your demo account will last for 28 days, and what I want you to do is check this on a daily basis. Now we've got this guy in our portfolio, as you can see here. These orange buttons is to follow someone. If you want to remove them, click on the unfollow button. But for now, he's in our portfolio. So what I want you to do, again, is check this on a daily basis. If for any reason Phoenix 7 is not number 1, click unfollow. Whoever moves up to number 1, click on follow. And that there is the strategy.